yards. I ended up strangling a freaking pelican because I was reached out to grab this baby sea turtle, and this pelican reached down and like snagged him right before me. Yeah. So I like choked this pelican and reached my hand out and pulled the sea turtle out. And then I came up and there's like a bunch of people sitting there looking at me like I was nuts.
You were fighting a pelican. The
Jordan Duron Podcast.
So this is one camera, two mics, solo.
It's two guys, one camera?
Two guys, one camera.
Oh, man.
That'd be a great podcast.
And there's one cup, too.
One cup.
Yeah.
This is going to be an exciting podcast. There's a lot of people that know who Terry McCormack, how do you say it?
McCormack.
People want to know who's this guy, because, I mean, you're this big entertainer on the coast. You're a promoter. Most bars and venues you go to, you're doing some event.
Oh, always. Got something going on all the time. I love it.
How'd you make your way to Mississippi?
The military. I've been here 20 years as of 2 weeks ago.
Seabees,
Navy. Got out of boot camp. I graduated boot camp December 11th. Took a day in Chicago and then flew down to Gulfport, Mississippi, December 13th. Had no idea this place existed or what it was. And like I looked at my recruiters and I'm like, what's in Gulfport? They're like, the armpit of the world. And I'm like, oh, great.
That's what they call it?
Yeah.
Even with casinos?
Oh, man. You got to think 20 years ago, right before Katrina. I mean.
There really wasn't much.
2003, there was there's a lot more bars.
And how long did you stay in with CBs?
I did almost 12 years.
You didn't want to finish it?
Man, I did not, and I'm so glad I didn't. Now, you would very rarely hear anybody say that. Normally, you get the whole, oh, man, I wish I'd have stayed in 8 more years. I could have retired, had a pension. Man, it was time for me to go. That's it.
Now, when you made the decision to leave the military, was it like a overnight decision, or you thought about it for a year or 2 years?
Kind of both. I was on the fence of getting in and out. I was like, what do I want to do? Do I want to stay in? Do I want to get out? I was getting aggravated with everything. I was dreading going to work every day. If that makes sense. Like, I woke up every day and I was like, I just don't want to go to work. Not because I was having a bad day. I was just miserable going to work.
What time would you go to work?
It just depends. PT, like 5:30, and regular days, 7. So my normal time I wake up anyway, but it was like people I worked with a lot of the times, a lot of backstabbing. Everything was all about evals and what you could do to boost your eval, and I was ahead of everybody, so my stuff had been done for years where they just started working on it, but you're only as good as your last eval. Well, Terry, why aren't you going to school now? I've got my bachelor's and associates, a couple of certificates. Like, the military's not paying for it anymore. Well, you got a GI Bill. So I'm not going to waste it. Well, I'm still in. And they were like, I was like, this guy's working on his associates. He's been in longer than me. But he's getting credit for going to school because he's currently going to school and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And like, they were like, oh man, you need to change up your volunteer. Because at the time I worked for,
now was it 40-hour work week? What kind of work week we're talking?
God, it just really depends. The year that I got out, I was 30, 40 hours.
Now, was it flexible hours, or were you always had these certain hours?
It just depended on like classes and things like that. There was a lot of freedom to move around, come and go, because it was shore duty.
Well, I'm just curious because of having different change could be a factor of not wanting to do it, not enjoying yourself.
Well, like mine was more, like I said, mine was just having to watch my back for anything and everything.
You're just a high tester probably, right?
Yeah.
And that's tough on a lot of guys in the military because that's how you get your promotions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So where were you, like an E5, E6?
I was E6.
So you were E6 early.
I was up for chief, yeah.
Oh, so you just tested well.
I test very well.
I wouldn't like you either. No, I test well too, but I'm saying if I was in it and I look over, this is a guy that I work with every day, starts getting promotions faster.
I mean,
a little envy.
Well, my thing is my evals were good. They were never great.
Let's explain what an eval is.
An eval just goes over everything. Your knowledge of your work, how well you do your work, and then it goes into, there's some leadership stuff in there, but then it really like focuses on extracurriculars. It's almost like you're in your senior year of high school and you're trying to get into college. I need to be, I need to be doing this volunteer work. I need to be out in town. I need to volunteer for this. I need to volunteer for that. I should be heading up the Petty Officers Association. I'm like, no, because all that is off-duty stuff when you do it after hours, and no. Like, I didn't want to do it. The volunteer work I did more than anybody. I worked for RMMS for years, which, it's right down the road from your house.
Shout out to Moby.
Shout out to Moby and the crew. But no, I worked there for years, volunteering with them. And then they were like, well, it's not really the right kind of volunteer work. You should go out with the Petty Officers Association and build that playground. I'm like, they've got people who can do that, but how many people do you know that, are trained and certified and can work with dolphins and sea lions and whales? And
did you think the movie Free Willy impacted your decision to volunteer?
100%, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
Nah, like I was down in the Keys, living it up down there in the military, and 22 pilot whales stranded themselves. And they asked for volunteers, and I had a whole crew of Seabees working for me, and we had no materials. So we were just sitting there on our butts, and I'm like, hey, let's go see if we can help. And that's exactly what we did. And we went down there, and we sat in the water, full uniform, holding up pilot whales out of the water for like 3 weeks.
It's got to be rewarding.
Oh, dude, it's cool. Super cool.
Yeah, I've never volunteered for any type of mammals or aquatic life, but Marty did the mural there.
Yeah.
So Marty's Oliver's godfather.
Oh, okay.
And he'd come here and eat before painting. And honestly, I would go over there with a Jim Beam and Coke, big tall boy filled, and I'd go hang out with the dolphins.
Yeah.
It was, and at night when nobody's around, and I wouldn't bother them. I would just sit there, and they'd come up to the glass, and
no, they just think you got food.
Yeah,
that's what they want. They wanted food. They wanted fed.
Did you? What was their problem that they didn't think that was, you donating, volunteering a lot of time for something that's pretty important. The rehabilitation of dolphins is
because nobody else was doing it.
Okay.
So there wasn't people watching me do it. And that's what it was. They wanted me to do volunteer work where I was being seen. And I don't care. I don't need the credit. The only time they ever found me doing it was they called me one day in a bunch of a sea turtle nest at a hatch down in Biloxi. And they all swam into the Biloxi Harbor, which, there's no way out of that thing. Yeah. One way in, one way out. And they called me freaking out. They're like, Terry, like all the turtles are in the harbor. We got to get them out. Because it became a smorgasbord for pelicans and seagulls. Like they were just snatching them out of the water. So I looked at my boss and was like, hey, I got to take a shit. He's like, okay. And that was usually my code for I got to leave. And so I took off and I ran. I jumped to the water. I was in
So your code is I got to take a shit?
He knew that was me. I was leaving work, but that way he knew I was leaving.
Yeah.
In case somebody come looking for me.
Okay.
It's like, oh man, that way you could say something.
That's good code. I mean, that's good code word.
I live 4 minutes from base, man. If somebody called looking for me, I'd just drive back to work.
True.
And but no, so like I go in there and I dive in the water. I'm in full uniform, and I'm snatching these baby sea turtles out of the harbor. Right, I'm in boots, utilities, the whole 9 yards. I ended up strangling a freaking pelican because I was reached out to grab this baby sea turtle, and this pelican reached down and like snagged him right before me. Yeah. So I like choked this pelican and reached my hand down and pulled the sea turtle out. And then I came up and there's like a bunch of people sitting there looking at me like I was nuts.
You were fighting a pelican.
I fought a pelican. I strangled a pelican.
Pretty aggressive?
Oh, dude, he was mad. I took his meal.
Pecked at you or what?
Nah, he took off once he kind of realized what was going on. But
you throw a punch?
No, I just choked him a little bit.
I always watch these the Aussie videos of guys swinging on kangaroos.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't fight a kangaroo, man.
No, but you'd fight a pelican.
I mean, I could strangle him with
You'd probably fight an eagle.
Nah, man, screw that shit. I've had eagles close to me.
So here you are saving turtles, and then you meet Moby and you start working at.
Well, actually, what happened was I moved up here because I worked for the Marine Mammal Conservancy down in Key Largo.
Okay.
When I came up here, I still wanted to stay with it, and I kept calling IMMS, and nobody from IMMS would call me back to volunteer. So MMC got involved and called over here and was like, hey, this is our guy. Take him. Within like a day, I got a phone call. And I was there for, 3-4 years.
Just volunteering your time.
Yeah. And then I started getting paid, which was great. Not a lot.
Doesn't matter. Paycheck's paycheck.
Yeah. It was minimum wage. I mean, it's minimum wage Moby, you know?
Hey, that's fine.
But no, the job is rewarding all its own. You don't make a lot. But what happens is these fishermen catch these sea turtles. And a lot of them think they're going to get in trouble. So they just cut the line and let it go out. Well, then sea turtle obviously, you know, is severely injured from the hook and everything else, ends up dying. Then we get it. So what they started doing is a big campaign to tell people, you're not going to get in trouble. Please call us. We'll come get it in the middle of the night. Well, most of the people that work there are marine biologists, and they're all about 110-pound college girls. And sending a 110-pound college girl at 3 o'clock in the morning to a fishing pier probably wasn't the best idea.
Sketchy.
They had a couple of sketchy calls, a couple, you know, things like that. So they were like, hey, why don't we just send Terry out? And that's how I ended up getting hired on over there, because you can send me to a fishing pier at 3 in the morning and nobody's going to bother me.
Did you have like a certain like carrying case?
No, I'm not. That's a Tupperware tub. That's it. That's all you need.
Are seagulls aggressive?
Seagulls?
Yeah.
They can be.
I mean, tell me what. I know you've been attacked.
Well, I mean, not really by seagulls.
What have you been attacked by?
Attacked by?
As an, you know, mammal, animal.
Oh, man.
Not a female.
I got bit by a pilot whale once. That was an accident.
How's that an accident?
She didn't mean to. Just nipped me a little. I almost got my finger bitten off by a sea turtle. I was trying to feed it, and it liked my pinky better than the shrimp.
Now, is it mammals for like aquatic stuff, or do you like snakes too?
Oh, man, any animal, really.
Dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Cats?
Yeah. If I had my choice, though, I'd want another baby raccoon.
You had a baby raccoon?
Yeah. Dude, they're super cool. They're
Trash
chill.
panda.
Trash pandas, man. They'll eat whatever you eat. It's awesome.
I had a flying squirrel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
That's cool, man.
I was 4. Yeah, I had a flying squirrel for about 4 years. 3 or 4 years. Crazy, though. Would jump across the living room.
Yeah.
I just fed it. I mean, I fed it, so it stayed around. And then my mom told me how to get rid of it, and then I got a hamster. I'm not a big hamster person. I don't feel like they do anything.
No, they're there for me to feed and clean.
I had a rabbit.
If I wanted to do that, I'd have a kid.
Rabbits are horrible. I had a rabbit, too.
They taste delicious, though.
I don't know if I've ever had rabbit.
You've never had rabbit?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Man, we used to have a dude at, when I was in the Navy, he used to bring it in. He lived up in Saucier. He'd bring rabbit and squirrel in all the time.
I've had squirrel. I don't know if I've ever had rabbit.
Oh, rabbit's awesome.
I mean, who knows, though, because I'm from Latimer, so I might have.
You probably ate it and they just told you it was chicken.
Yeah, because, I mean, my grandma, she always had that discounted. My grandma was super cheap, so, like, bread and stuff, we'd get, like, a day after expired.
Yeah.
And she'd come by the house. So, like, all our food was, like, expired. It was never, like, fresh. We had fresh eggs, but she was a bargain shopper.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
Super, super frugal Italian lady, about 5 foot, that drove a maroon Buick Roadmaster, the 90s Buick.
The Marine Roadmaster.
The Buick, like a Roadmaster.
Okay, yeah.
Like the big grandma car.
Yeah.
She just roll up, and you knew Mary Ann was getting in that car. And she'd sit there, and she'd bargain you. They'd be like, she's that type of like, it's $1. I got 40 cents.
This can's dented.
Yeah, I got 40 cents.
Is over there like, was it, what was the movie with Adam Sandler? Was it Big Daddy? Or
No, it was Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy. He was like throwing the cans on the ground so he can get a discount. He's like, Microsoft is down. We gotta save some money here.
So when you did the mammal stuff for about 4 years.
Yep.
You left there.
Yeah, I left there when I left the Navy.
How'd you find music? Like, how'd you get into the entertainment?
So I was actually working for the Stenson Group when I got out of the Navy. Like before I got out of the Navy, I was doing all their marketing and social media and all that. So when I was getting ready to separate, I had no plan. I didn't know what I was going to do. Didn't care. I just knew I was getting out and I was going to have fun. And I had no plans on staying here. And then Rob was like, hey, we're going to open up a new restaurant. Do you want to go run the nightclub? And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll give you a year. See how it lasts. And that's when we opened up the Reef and Sky Bar. So I took over the Sky Bar, and that's how I got into music here on the coast. Because we had to book bands, so I was running around finding bands. And
bands find you too, though, right?
Oh, God, do they.
Now they find you all the time.
They do.
Do you remember, did you start into like the bartending at all or never?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been bartending most of my life.
So you went from the Reef and you stayed with the Reef for how long?
Stayed with the Reef for a year, left, and then went down to motorcycle mechanic school. Thought I'd put my GI Bill to good use and go learn how to fix Harleys.
Didn't like it?
Oh, I loved it, man.
I
love working on bikes. Harley owners are the biggest prima donnas on the planet. They got these bagged out trash cans they think are worth $100,000 and don't scratch their baby when they haven't washed it or changed the brakes in 5 years. But no, I loved every minute of it. I'm just really good at it.
You still got your license too, right?
Oh yeah, I still work on Harleys from time to time for friends and stuff.
You can always do it if you want.
Oh, I absolutely can. But
okay, so you got a few degrees here.
Yeah,
I mean, I consider that a degree.
Yeah, it's a certificate, but yeah, it's more.
Well,
or less.
I mean, I went to full sell.
Yeah,
straight into a trade of like marketing was like my thing.
Yeah, see, Harley's the same thing. It's a full on trade. It's but it's Harley. For me, it was the prices kept going up in the shop.
Yeah.
But my pay was not going up in the shop. So we would raise up another $20 an hour. So I'm bringing in $140, $120 an hour, and I'm getting like 25 of it. And I'm like, and I'm doing all the work.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
So
right
I was like, all right, well, a buddy of mine from Boston called and offered me a gig down in, or up in Boston with the service department. He has an oil company up there, Broco Oil. He was a CB. That's how we met. And I got up there, and it's cold, and they don't have happy hour drinks, and it's a really weird place for me to be.
Kind of depressing?
Dude, super depressing.
Did they have Tinder back then?
Huh?
Tinder back then? Did they have dating apps?
Oh, yeah, dude, this was just like literally right before COVID.
Okay.
Like by the time all this happened, it was like right before COVID hit. And I was down there, and then him and I had a small little falling out. Nothing big, nothing, brothers can't get over. We're cool as a cucumber now, but we should have known we couldn't work together. And then I came back down here, and then as soon as I got back down here, the world shut down. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to chill on my unemployment for a while, and ran a couple of underground bars and nightclubs in New Orleans, and I found my way down here to the coast again. And
Allegedly.
No, I definitely did. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts to it. I don't care. It was not a legal matter. It was a medical one.
You could, something about the coast. I've lived a few different places.
You always come back.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I don't know how me and Jim Chamberlain talk about this all the time. Like everybody's like, I can't wait to leave the coast. I can't wait to leave the coast. This place sucks. They're gone for like a year and they come back. I'm like, so what happened? Missed home, man. It's just people are different everywhere else. Like the coast is its own thing. I mean, I don't even consider the coast Mississippi. It's just the coast.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know anybody who says they're from Mississippi. They all say the coast.
I always say Hattiesburg and South.
Yeah.
I consider.
I mean, I know some people just consider South a 10.
Yeah, but I love Hattiesburg.
Oh, no, Hattiesburg's great,
They got a pretty good music scene.
Oh, no, they got a great one. And now Six String Andrew's like blowing up there right now.
Is he? I got to go get my lens from his mom. She keeps blowing me up about it. I told him to use it. They have the same Sony camera. I'm like, I'm not really using it. It's a good lens for him.
I got an event next Thursday. Six String's playing that right here at the parlor.
Well, no, but so they got the lens though, but I want his dad to use it.
Oh, well.
That's a good lens. If his dad was just now getting into photography.
Okay.
And you want to use so right now we're filming on a 24 G Master prime lens.
All right.
So the Nifty 50 is what they call it, is a portrait lens. You see a lot of it when you see it like, a good guitar solo on the stage.
Yeah.
And I told his dad it was at your event year before
Rock the Tatas?
Rock the Tatas. I took it out of my bag and I just said, here, use that.
Yeah.
And then they were just hanging out, so I let him borrow my lens. They just need to keep using it and I'll get it back. I have other lenses.
Dude, his family is the coolest family and the most supportive family I've ever seen musically. I mean, his dad's retired, his mom works, but she's at a school, I think. Yeah, she's at school, so gets summers off. So they travel wherever Andrew goes for gigs and stuff.
What's he playing up in Hattiesburg?
Oh man, Hattie's Burgers, I think, is one of the spots. But I know, I think I've seen him at Cake and Barrel. But every time I'm online, he's popping up somewhere in Hattiesburg playing, which is awesome. because the kid's amazing.
We need to go up there and see him.
Why? I can see him on Thursday. I'm gonna drive up. If I drive up to Hattiesburg, then I got to get a room in Hattiesburg because we know we're not staying sober for that trip.
This is true.
I can just see him down here. See, that's my secret. Whenever I want to see somebody and I don't want to drive to Ocean Springs, I just book them in Gulfport.
That's smart. I mean, look, Gulfport's coming up. I will give you some credit on that. You do push really hard to have events in Gulfport.
I do. I love events in Gulfport. I mean, partly because I live in downtown, but and I like events by my house so I can just walk home. But no, it's just I look around the coast and I say this all the time. And once in a while, the city gets on to me about things that I post and some of their events and whatnot, and they have in the middle of August and wonder why nobody shows up to them. And it's 110 degrees outside with 116 heat index.
Are we talking about the Thai?
Huh?
The Thai event?
Oh God, the Thai event. I love the idea of the Thai event. I don't think it needs to be in July.
You're right about that.
But it's like, and finally we've gotten some change in the city, especially with Main Street Association. They got a new director and everything, and she's doing a wonderful job. But
is that Jennifer Lee?
No, Jennifer Lee's kind of her right hand, but it's Kristen Garriga. I'm probably butchering her last. Garriga.
I met her. Yeah,
dude, super cool chick. But she's absolutely killing downtown. The Main Street Association. I love it.
They were talking at the Gumbo Fest because I had an idea that I've been wanting to do, and probably need you to get involved too because she is down to do it. I want to do a Marty Wilson art pop up in Gulfport, like a pop up show, and then they chimed in with let's do it at the tattoo shop. Let's include other businesses to do it, but have a pop up music show, but art.
I like it.
Like at nighttime, like you go in there and then whether it's Fishbone Alley or where we have it downtown Gulfport, but just a pop-up art show where we could sell art. Marty's already committed to give a generous portion of the commissions of the art sale. You put art, beer, and music together.
Oh, absolutely. It always sells.
Yeah.
The art and the music community go hand in hand. There's a few people out there. Red South Radio Productions. They're always putting on some pretty good events out there with music and art and things like that. And I try to avoid that just because that's their thing. I let them do it, and I stick to the music and the parties and the pub crawls and the all that. Which I've got a hell of an idea for a pub crawl next year, and we're going to do it in downtown Gulfport.
Are we doing it with Carter's Champions? Or
no, this is just going to be a fun one.
I still want to do my birthday pub crawl though.
We're going to do that every year. I've already been told that that's an annual event now.
Yeah,
you and John's annual birthday bash.
The Jim Mimosas are.
Oh, you can't beat Jim Mimosas, man.
I can't. I can't. Did you talk to Jim? I definitely want Jim
on here.
Yeah.
Oh, we can. That's an easy thing to do.
Yeah, him and Justin. I would say him and Justin are the top bartenders on the coast.
Justin Gurman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And no, you got to throw in Mikey too at Mikey over there at the Goat Sports Pub.
Actually, I don't know Mikey. I don't go to that side of the world much. I know you do.
So Mikey and Richard own it, and you can. I know they're going to be doing live music there.
Yeah, I reached out to him actually because Larry from Neptune. Oh, Line 4 Larry.
Yeah. So Mikey through Tailgaters. Mikey was a GM at Tailgaters.
Yeah, see, I didn't go to Tailgaters much.
But he was also a partner in Bonefish before they closed.
Okay, see, I liked Bonefish back in the day.
He's just your classic bartender. He's just fast service. If you're sitting at a table and he sees Terry over there drinking a beer and it's on 20%, it's in his head. He doesn't care if there's 200 people there. You're getting a beer brought to your table.
Oh man, that's how it should be.
He's just that old school. All he does is bartend, cook, golf, bartend, cook, golf.
That's the life, man.
Yeah. Definitely somebody you need to collab
there's
with.
actually a big, it's in January. I can't think of the date right now, but over at Woody's in Biloxi. Chon's right up there with Justin and Jim and Sean Williams.
Who?
Sean Williams.
I think I know.
You'd have to know him.
I was there today for lunch.
Dude's a beast, man. He's an animal. He's just like Jim. Mixes his own simple syrups and.
Have you had their bacon, their BLT, fried green tomato BLT?
I have. Have you had their brunch?
No.
They don't do it all the time, but they do, man. It's so awesome. So good.
Me and Emily just went to that Blue Dog.
Oh yeah.
Bistro right by the Flamingo Landing.
Oh yeah, Blue Dog.
Fire.
Blue Dog's on point.
I want to steal their chairs. They have like the velvet chairs.
Oh yeah. I mean, I gotta tell you though, like you still on the coast. You can't beat patio 44s like crawfish at Touffet omelet for brunch.
I think for me, and this is, I mean, I don't hurt feelings on this, but if Jim wasn't a part of patio 44, I don't know if I would be experiencing patio 44.
I mean, that's fair.
Because Jim was at Biloxi.
Oh, yeah.
So when Jim was at Biloxi, before I knew that he was your best friend, we'd have our Friday lunch crew with the boys, and we'd have to go see Jim. You
got to see Jim. I mean, to me, I tell people all the time, because, I drive Uber too, just on the side when I want concert money and stuff, because concerts be expensive right now. And I'll have people in my car, and I'm like, oh, where do I go? And I'm like, oh, if you want great cocktails, you go here. If you want brunch, you go here. My Uber, my favorite thing when I'm Ubering is somebody gets in my car, and they're not from here. I'm like, hey, you wouldn't happen to know where we can find it at Live Music, would you? And I'm like, yeah. Did you get in the right car?
So how often do you do Uber?
I mean, I do Uber every week.
Are you going to start filming it and put it on YouTube?
Dude, I've thought about it because I get some people. I got these two little old ladies the other day, Drunker and Cooter Brown, just tearing it up in my car. And we were playing some ratchet-ass hood rap music. These ladies are every bit of 70 years old, just getting in the back seat, man, just clowning. And I had so much fun. I almost, when I dropped them off at the bar, I almost was like, screw it, clock out and go in with them. And I do that from time to time.
What can you make in a night, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, man, it just depends on when I do it, what events are going on. But, I mean, I try to strive for $50, $100 a day.
How much?
50 to 100. But, I mean, I'll get off work at 4, and then I'll just turn it on, and I'll drive around until 6 or 7.
Make extra $100.
Yeah, makes $100, and that just pays for my bar tab that night.
And then extra tip.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people give you $100.
Oh, absolutely not, dude. Dude, I drove around dressed as Santa Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I got 3 tips out of 15 rides.
That's it?
That's it.
Cheap fucks.
Dude, the cheapest.
Do you ever think you're going to be the mall Santa?
Huh? No.
Nothing you want to do about that?
No, dude, I did the Santa thing. I dyed the beard gray for John. There's nobody else that could convince me to do that. And John Carter's like, hey, I want you to be Santa. Actually, I think it was more Christina Carter that was like, I want you to be Santa. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it for y'all. But then I put it on one time, and my phone blew up. Can you come to the school? Can you swing by and take pictures with my kids? Can you come here? And then I had a pub crawl that we were putting on at Ground Zero.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was awesome.
How many people you think you had to participate?
Oh, man, probably 50, 75 people.
That's awesome.
For the first one, yeah.
I was going to come, but I had the flu. I ain't going to lie. I was looking at it because I've seen that you dropped that flyer. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, shit. Because, I mean, Fly Lime is one of my favorite places.
I do. I love Fly Lime.
Literally, that, I've been calming down on the drinking. I've had a few bourbons here and there, but I've been calming down on the weak brews. My goal is to lose, I want to be about 185.
Yeah.
And I'm that type of person where I can't drink and lose weight.
Yeah.
I just can't. So I smoke a lot of pot.
Okay.
But if I'm smoking a lot of pot, I want to play video games.
I got you.
So I'm not really going out right now.
I'd probably smoke weed if I was allowed to smoke weed, and I can't.
It's been a really big thing in my life. From my health, from my work ethic.
Yeah.
When you drink, you get a little sluggish here and there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Most people do.
When you get stoned, the next day you wake up, you're fine.
Yeah, but I am. I don't get hangovers, ever. Some of my best ideas happen when I'm freaking just 3 sheets to the wind hammered, and then I text them to myself. And I get up in the morning and I read them. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're doing that.
Do you note yourself?
I do all the time. Look,
what's one of the weirdest fucking notes you sent to yourself?
Dude, Jill over at the Rack House, so when I still had, when I was still at that bar over in Woolmarket, I'd always throw random parties. We always had a theme party once a month. And Jill from the Rack House, who's the GM, we were talking one day. She's like, I always know when you're next door at Kelly's and it's 2 a.m. and you come up with a really great idea. I was like, how do you know that? She's like, because my staff is sitting there with you, and all of a sudden at 2:30 in the morning, I get 15, 20 people request off a certain date. And I know that Terry just came up with some brilliant idea to throw a party, the thrift store prom or bartender's ball, or, those all came from just drunken wild nights. Somebody will make some smart comment, just kind of half-ass comment like, oh, man, it'd be really cool to see this. I'm like, oh, but then we could do this and this and this and this and this. And it just happened at Ground Zero. And I think with Ground Zero, and nobody take this idea because you're hearing it here first, but we're going to do Christmas in July, holiday on Howard, and we're going to do a sexy Santa contest. Like real sexy Santa and sexy Mrs. Claus.
Okay.
So
I got a Santa Claus costume. I'll be there in July.
We said sexy.
I'm sexy.
We're going for actual sexy, not dad bod sexy.
I'm telling you right now, I'm working on it.
You ain't going to be ready in July, son.
Yes, I will. I
plan on bringing in like models for this.
I'm telling you, I've been getting into this whole cardio early morning. I'm telling you, I'll get in this new pothead Jordan is in this weird, like this morning, got up at 4:30, fully energized.
I do that, and I was at the bar till like midnight.
Yeah, but you're different. Look, dude, I'm getting.
My friends hate me for that.
Look, I love Christmas. I'm not super big in the Hallmark movies because I feel like Emily forces them down my throat nowadays. And I know every Hallmark movie now. I know
what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know that guy's going to get off the plane and see that girl, and then they're going to get in a fight halfway through the show, and then they're going to make up, and then they're going to get happily ever after.
You just named every Hallmark movie ever.
I know.
Just once, I want to see the one where they never have the fight. And just go, and you're waiting on it, and you're waiting on it, and you're waiting on it, and you're waiting on it. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to go bad? And then a dozen movies over, and you're like, wait, that's it?
I actually want to see, you know what I want to see in the Hallmark movies is, the waitress or the shop owner that nobody really shines a light on fall in love, okay? You ever see that?
Yeah, but the waitress falls in love all the time. She meets some random
I'm saying the old 70-year-old shop lady that's always serving your food in the movies.
Well, Ethel's got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth at Waffle House. Like it's hard, man. It's hard to sell Ethel.
Yeah.
Well, but you could spin it to like where a high school love. You always see that like the college, like, oh, I dated him in high school. Here's my first love. Well, you could do it now when the one that got away.
So, do you have the Hallmark Channel?
No, but I got like a bunch of sisters.
We got a Hallmark Channel, okay, and it stays on almost year round.
Oh yeah, no, I can't tell you the last time I watched a Hallmark movie.
I only watched about 3 this year.
I don't think I've watched any.
But they're all the same. They're all the same.
If I want to watch a Christmas movie, I'll watch Die Hard.
That's a good one.
It is.
Mine's Santa Claus.
Oh,
the original. My mom. It's
with Tim Allen?
Yeah, it's my mom's thing.
Dude, Santa Claus is the shit.
Yeah, it's my mom's thing. Like the original Santa Claus, and then Home Alone, the original.
Well, Tim Allen's coming out with a new show now with Roseanne Barr.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he confirmed?
Yeah. Because, she got kicked off Roseanne for making some kind of political rant or something or other. And then she got kicked off her own show after they rebooted it, brought Dan back to life, and then kicked her off the show. And it just wasn't the same. Well, so now she's with Tim Allen, who's, big super, Fox
What's it going to be called?
I don't remember. I just kind of glanced over it the other day. But, yeah, it's definitely...
What, The Last Man Standing was a TV show?
Yeah, we had 3 daughters.
You can't beat Home Improvement, though. You can't recreate Home. Or Joe Somebody's one of my favorite movies.
Well, here's a funny thing for you. Al, on Al Borland?
Yeah.
He was a CB.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did you know Wilson never showed his face but once?
Yep, at the end.
Okay.
Yep. But it's funny watching Last Man Standing because you had like a lot of people pop in from Home Improvement. Al Borland showed up on there, and then his wife showed up on there.
It was, 86, born in 86. Home Improvement was kind of like my siblings, I think my sister's born in 76, but we all kind of came together for Home Improvement. It was like, because you only had that one TV.
We had Jonathan, and then we had Jonathan Taylor Thomas, which was everybody's heartthrob back in the day.
But you only had that one cable TV that you watched at 7 o'clock with your family.
Yeah.
Home Improvement was on. Roseanne was on.
He did time in prison.
Yeah, for cocaine.
For selling cocaine.
Yeah, trafficking.
And he said he either had to learn how to fight or be funny, so he learned how to be funny, and that's where he started comedy at.
Well, most comedians, especially in the 80s and 90s, were doing blow.
Oh, yeah.
I think...
The greats, George Carlin, Robin Williams.
Pesci for me.
Yeah.
I think because one of my favorite movies is Animal House.
That's a given.
It was just a fun movie. It was just a fun Revenge of the Nerds, all that kind of era. Police Academy.
Police Academy was always a good classic. I love that one.
Honestly, the other day I watched The Goonies.
You know what drives me nuts? Because I teach now for the Navy.
And you teach what?
I teach welding.
MIG welding or TIG?
MIG, TIG, arc.
All of it?
Yeah, a little bit of sheet metal.
Let's keep
rebar.
going.
And I get these kids in my class, and they're all, 18, 19 out of boot camp. And they don't know who Chris Farley is. And I will literally make time, and we will sit there and watch Chris Farley clips on Saturday Night Live and Beverly Hills Ninja and Tommy Boy, and I make them learn who this man is, and then they'll come back, after the weekend and be like, we watched everything he's ever done.
Fat man in a little suit.
Fat man in a little coat.
Sorry, that little
Fat
coat.
man in a little coat, man. They had to keep him and David Spade separated during some movies because Farley messed with Spade so bad. Spade hated him at one point.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
I think Tommy Boy was my favorite.
Oh, Tommy Boy is amazing.
Oh, man, Tommy Boy, and he kept fucking up that car.
With the deer and shit.
Yeah. I'll go back and watch a lot of the old SNL. I still like the new SNL cast.
Yeah, but it's nothing like the old. It's too political now. Like, it's always political now. Like, I enjoy it was back then, but like they made fun of like Oprah a lot.
What if I tell you that now I just don't pay attention to the message? Like that shit don't even bother me anymore because you're not going to convince me. You're not going to change my mindset. Like I didn't get vaccinated. It's my belief.
Yeah, 100%. You're not going to convince me either. I don't listen to the message, but I'm just like, this is the best you got. Like this is the best you can do. Like go back and watch some of the old ones, and it was just.
I think it's advertisers. Though.
It was pure comedy. Well, yeah, you got to go with what the advertisers want. That's where the money's at.
You think they're ever going to do it? They're going to start doing that to you in the music world?
What?
Like you can only have certain bands?
No, because I just won't.
Do it?
Yeah, I mean, if I have a venue telling me they only want certain bands, and I do, that's who I'll book. But that's their money. You know what I mean? That's who they want in their establishment. If I'm putting on a festival and I'm the one picking the bands, but some of the sponsors like, no, you're going to bring these bands in, then I'll let them go as a sponsor and I'll find somebody else.
Do you share your political beliefs during your promotional times?
No.
You just cut that out?
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with anybody who's signing me a check.
Yeah, that's true.
At that point in time, I mean, I grew up in a time when nobody talked about it like we do now. You'll sit in a bar and see fights break out 3 times a day, especially right now coming up on an election year.
Yeah, I think this is why I don't really get into the whole political stuff anymore. It's like I actually vote, and it's shocking how many people don't vote.
Dude, you're telling me.
Yeah, so like it's just one of the things like, hey man, like if you don't vote, I really don't want to hear about it. Because people don't. I mean, it's what is this percentage? Like 20%, 25% vote?
Here's what I know. Billy Hughes won mayor 3 years ago with like 2,500 votes. Not by 2,500 votes, with 2,500 votes.
What is there, 100,000 people? How many people are in Gulfport?
70,000, but I mean, you got to figure that that's probably all of Gulfport, not just the city. So you figure, let's just say 50,000 live in the city.
Yeah, that's horrible numbers. That's
horrible
that's
numbers.
Low 20%.
And you figure, the other guys had a couple of, had 1,000 or whatever, and you figure maybe that's on the high end, 4,000 people voted. 10%.
You'd be shocked how many people don't have their voter card.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, people who can't be bothered to vote, and I'm like, this is who you guys sit around complaining all the time, and
you know how I get them? Where's your precinct at? And they can't tell me. There's only one precinct you can go to. And they're like, what? Yeah, because like I learned my lesson where you go to the wrong precinct, they won't even.
Hey, you can't vote.
There's a guy in there though that like he is. I could tell he's super far left, and he hates me. The way he looks at me.
Well, it's like I've got super far left friends, super far left friends, and we tolerate each other a lot, and I love talking to them. I was actually in one of their weddings in New Orleans a couple of years ago.
Did you have a lip ring?
No.
Okay, keep going.
It was really awesome. I got to be the maid of honor, and I got to joke with her very far left husband about it, and I was like, bro, she's more liberal than you. Look at her over here with a man as a maid of honor. Where's your female, ma'am of honor at? You got all dudes over here, bro.
Was it like a LARP fest or anything, or no?
No, it was just beautiful wedding, fantastic wedding. I love the couple to death. Nothing I wouldn't do for him, but I even made the speech because the guy giving the speech, he's, it's New Orleans. He's a lawyer. He's pretty liberal, and he talked about it and talked about Facebook and how, they'll blast people on Facebook. They're like, except for Terry. Nobody wants to mess with Terry on Facebook.
I don't care I don't care who you vote for as long as you vote, and as long as you don't push it on me, like if you talk about your opinion but then you get angry because I don't believe in your views.
100%.
Because people think I'm super far right, and I'm like, I'm not.
I'm the same way. I'm more libertarian than anything.
I'm floating in the middle.
I'm conservative with my money, but because I like my money.
Well, I mean that's a good thing, but like I'm just saying, like just don't push it down my throat.
I think it really matters to make jokes about it.
Oh, dude.
Like when it comes to abortion, I have the Dave Chappelle stance on it. My stance on abortion is simple. It all depends on who I get pregnant. Whether or not I want her to keep it. But no, and that's the joke she'll make, and people's like, it's not funny, and I'm like, I laughed. But
well, you try to make light of situations too. I mean,
I make light of every situation.
I noticed that about you. Like you love. I mean, it's a good laugh.
My thing is, man, life's. If you can't laugh at life, what's the point of being here? Everybody's too serious. They're too in their feelings. They're too caught up with what's going on, and I'm just like, what's up?
You ever think we're gonna have a Terry bar?
A Terry bar? No, I'll never run another bar.
I mean, you already get your fucking face on everything now. So
I do.
So you sure you don't want to fucking put it on a popsicle or a new bar?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I could probably talk Shannon into doing a Pop Brothers Terry bar.
Oh, she'd be down.
Oh, I guarantee she'd be down for it.
Yeah, we definitely need to do some kind of event with her on that. I mean, they have the best adult pops.
Oh, dude, they're so good. I get the
They're
Bushwhacker.
fucking addictive.
The Bushwhacker, the watermelon mint, which is also a Jamosa. And then the margarita is really good.
I had their new bourbon one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but I mean the margarita for me.
Oh, you're talking about was it the blueberry or the blackberry bourbon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The julep mint.
I haven't had that one yet.
It's they're all good. Shannon, I love you. Cause
she's the best.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I got to share one with Ron White over at Windance.
Y'all shared each took a bite of the same one?
No, but we sat there and we talked and we had one. It was cool.
How was he?
High as hell. He don't drink no more.
How big was Ron? Is he a big guy?
He's a big guy, man.
He's not little.
No, he's lost some weight though, and he's an asshole, like in the best of ways. Like,
can you imagine how people come up though and you just
yell tater at him?
You're just having and he's trying to have a good
time. Tater!
He's golfing. He's fucking stoned.
Oh yeah, dude, that was everybody. Because he quit drinking. Because he went down to South America and did the whole ayahuasca thing and just stopped drinking and loves weed now.
I love weed too.
And I got to meet him at the Nikki Mitchell Foundation thing we did over at Windings for John, and then got to go to the show afterwards with Randy Houser and everybody, and just had a freaking blast.
I'm so now me having Con Life. Con Life is that Pascagoula grow that I've been smoking, and it's absolutely like I say this because you get 6 units and it's Con Life's. It's really affordable. I mean, right now this is strawberry cookies OG. There's a lot of cool strands they have, but $25 for an eighth. Right there at the Ocean Springs, like the it's Derek's place. It's Culinary RX.
I don't know.
It's right there by Mozano's.
Okay. So I can't mess with it because of my government job. Like, unfortunately,
But I'm thinking about not really. I'm finding myself not drinking, like not really wanting to drink anymore because now I'm like, oh, I just found that strand. I have a strand that I smoke, and I'm not lying to you. I have a strand that I smoke. I smoke 1 bowl of it, okay?
And you shit your pants?
No.
Oh,
that's Grandma's boy. Nailed you on that.
The brown bomber?
I don't think about anything.
Yeah.
Like I smoke 1 bowl of it and no thought, no bills, no, not even really like I'm a little creative, but I'm just like, whatever. Get to watch a good movie and documentary. But if I just want to watch a movie, just smoke a bowl of that.
See, I have something like that, but I just get drunk, forget the hell I did the night before, so I don't remember what I thought about. So it's kind of the same thing.
What's your drink of choice?
Man, always Ultra. Like My thing is though, like, I'm not a big IPA guy. I freaking hate IPAs.
I love IPAs.
And my problem is I can consume a massive quantity of alcohol.
Like, what's a massive?
I think my biggest to date was doing the tap out challenge at Kelly's in one day.
So it's 12 beers?
37 pints.
16 ounces.
16 ounces, 37 beers. 11 hours and 59 minutes. July 1st, 2012.
Fuck. Did you start seeing things?
No. I was fine.
You must have some beer shits, bro.
I rode my Harley home. I was freaking died the next day. I sat in the sauna at the base, and like one of my bosses walked in about choked. He was like, dude, you reek. Because I was sweating out all that beer sitting in the sauna. And dude, it fucking reeked. It was bad.
Would you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
Did you eat like Waffle House that night?
No, man. It was like every 3 beers, I had a couple glasses of water.
Oh, that's fucking cheating.
Why?
I mean, responsible.
Well, no. I mean, you still had to hydrate. But I mean, and then, every 10 beers, I had a burger.
Damn. Okay.
So,
I think it's doable.
People have tried and it doesn't work.
I mean, if it's ultra, I could, but I couldn't do like a shandy beer.
Oh, no. There were 37 pints of different beers.
Okay, fuck.
I'll put it this way. What happened July 1st, 2012 to the beer world of Mississippi? You remember?
2012. No.
That was the year that they raised the gravity.
8%, yeah.
Because before that, the highest level beer we could have was Bud Light Platinum.
Fuck that beer.
That was all that we were allowed to have.
I hate the blue beer.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that beer. No.
That was the one. That was it. And it was just like, so July 1st, that's when I decided to do it. If I would have done it the day before, it would have been easy because all the beers were like 3.5%. But I started getting them 8% IPAs and stuff we had back then. Oof. And I saved Guinness for last. I love Guinness.
I love Rolling Rock. Was it the Rock? What's that one beer? The Rolling Rock?
Rolling Rock?
Rolling Rock. And then Guinness is like a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was in the Air Force, and that was like, I remember drinking underage, but that was, he would make it. He would do half and half. Do it sometime. Like I know it. It tastes just like a Dr. Pepper.
You drop a shot of amaretto into drop a shot of amaretto into an ultra. It tastes like a flat Dr. Pepper.
I mean, honestly, one of my go-to beers is a Busch Light.
Oh, I love a good Busch Light, man.
But why don't we ever see it on draft all the time?
It's hard to get down here. That's why. And people, for some reason, love it in the can. It's just that's what they're used to drinking it out of.
People also call it a bluegill here.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it's called, a bluegill.
I've never heard anybody call it a bluegill.
Ocean Springs.
Yeah, I don't go to Ocean Springs.
Well, if you do, if you go to Gills or anywhere, you call it a bluegill. I mean, and it was my friend's dads. Like, you had them friends that you played Little League with, and the dads were the coaches.
Yeah.
They're always drinking bluegills in the parking lot. Shout out Roddy Dom.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's so what it is I think is like, I don't know. I drink Ultra because, I mean, I could sit at Kelly's and have 16 beers and be fine. Just sit there chilling with everybody. Like, you know me, my mood doesn't change really.
No.
You've drank with me all day before. And
yeah. And you drink, and you can drink a beer fast.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I watched you drink, one time I watched you drinking about a minute of beer.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
No, literally, I think you were in a rush, you had a phone call or something. Yeah. I look over and you're just like, I need another one. And then like, okay, that's impressive.
I mean, plus, Kelly's has them on happy hour, so they're $1.75 a pint.
Do you have like your own seat?
Not so much. I'm not that cunty guy that's like, why are you in my seat? I've done that at other bars, but not Kelly's. Kelly's, I'll just sit where I move around at Kelly's. I drive the girls nuts.
How'd you find Kelly's as your spot?
Man, so when Kelly's opened, I just came back from a field exercise. Their opening day, which was St. Patty's Day 2011. And or 2012. And it was just like, I pulled up and I was like, where'd this bar come from? And it was just open. And I walked in there and I met the owner, Jack, and me and Jack are still close to this day. And Jack Krongard, man, he took me in like I was his best friend. And, it was St. Patty's Day. I'm wearing a kilt and it was just a good time.
And it's right next to your house.
Oh, dude, it's so close to my house.
Yeah, I mean, that's your home base.
It is.
Do you do gigs there?
What, my house or Kelly's?
Kelly's.
I do not. I help them a lot, like when they're looking for different artists and things like that.
You're mainly like a 2-man, 3-man band max,
It's
right?
it's always solo duo stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And I put them in there. I put a lot of like my people that I work with in there. They got a new manager now, Tori, and Tori's trying to breathe some new life back into the place with, some more upbeat marketing, and
That place is always fucking packed when I go.
it's getting there again, man. It's awesome. The base really helps it out because, all the military guys and hot girls, and
I mean, it is the only like actual. I mean, there's a bar there.
oh yeah,
I mean, Shandy's a beer bar. I mean,
yeah,
and they got
but-
liquor too.
well yeah, but you got Murky Waters.
Well, no, but I'm saying for the nighttime.
Oh, you got Rooney's.
I've never been to Rooney's.
No.
I've probably once.
Oh, dude, Rooney's is great. I mean, it's super late night. I mean, like
I miss the Quarter.
They'll still be in that place at 7 a.m.
I miss Dubstep Mondays at the Quarter.
Dubstep Mondays. I hated dubstep, but
I fucking love Dubstep.
But I love Dubstep Monday.
God, it was fucking fun.
Oh, dude, well, that was back when you had EO Club, you had the Quarter, you had Kelly's Rockin', Rooney's you couldn't walk into, and then, I mean, that was just it. That was the jam, and then the Quarter closed, and then the EO Club closed, and we still had Irish Coast right there.
Yeah, I mean, I know Cam and them are working on doing that lawn.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be huge for y'all. It's going to give y'all. I mean, it's going to give y'all more room.
except for like May through like September.
You'll figure something out there. Let's fucking put some sprinklers out there.
Then it's just more humid. Now I'm wet and hot.
I mean, they need cover.
You got to have a cover or you're done.
They need to plant some fucking trees.
Some trees. Get some big tents. I mean,
go get you a bunch of old oak trees. Slap that.
Long Beach has got a few of them they're trying to get rid of.
That's why Ocean Springs wins downtown, because it's all wrapped with oak trees.
Yeah, like there's shade downtown.
I'm but when I go to Gulfport, I know that I have to have Gold Bond.
Like, yeah.
You got to have Gold Bond.
I use the Arm & Hammer friction stick, dude. It works so much better.
I know, but I just stole. John has like the little travel side of Gold Bond.
Yeah.
And now that's what I carry.
The one you stole from John?
Bitch, you're never getting it back. I even refill with it with the great value. I still got my
Dude, I'm telling you, the friction stick's awesome because then I don't have like clumped powder in my drawers.
Have you ever done cornstarch?
No.
You can do like a homemade remedy. My buddy Eric McNally, he's like, there's like a cornstarch remedy that you can do. I've done it one time. I can't really remember the ingredients.
Astroglide works too.
I've never used that.
I mean, never?
What?
Or just not for your thighs. So, true story, a buddy of mine, Dustin DeRoe, who's an absolute animal of a human being. He came up with a slogan for Astroglide and got like a 55-gallon drum of Astroglide for it.
For free?
Oh, yeah, that was his payment for coming up with the slogan.
55-gallon?
Yeah.
How the fuck they show up to this house with that?
I don't know.
That's the weirdest fucking...
Which is even crazier because Dustin doesn't have a home. Dustin lives in his Jeep and travels the country.
But how do they come up? Like, Dustin, sign this.
Basically, he signed an online thing, and it was literally, and I think the slogan was, caught in a tight spot, we got you covered, slick. I think that was the slogan he came up with then.
What's TFM Entertainment slogan?
I know a guy.
That's it?
That's it.
I know a guy? Okay.
I know a guy.
I like that.
I mean, you call me for anything, and I know a guy. You want comedy? You want jazz? You want somebody to come play into the harp? I got you.
What are we ordering more pink glasses? I know that's like a thing of yours now. Like when you were designing that logo, you designed it. I mean, we do Carter's Champions together. Yeah. I mean, everybody. He's fucking board member, entertainment director, anything fucking Carter's Champions. But like, you literally took that. You were like, I remember, like, I'm gonna get pink glasses, and then you ordered pink glasses, then you became the pink glass.
No. I ordered the pink glasses because I was the pink glasses. So, Will Henson that runs Flamingo,
okay,
he ran Flamingo Go-Go in New Orleans when I lived there. So, I helped him design some glasses from Flamingo Go-Go glasses, and they were black frames with like pink arms on them. And he gave me a case of them for helping him. And then I lose sunglasses like crazy. Like nobody's business. I lose them all the time.
Probably just at the bar on the wall or some shit.
Somewhere.
Some girl's house.
All the time. Girls take them walking through the bar like all the time. So he gave them to me, and then I just started wearing all these like cheap glasses that Will gave me, and everybody got just used to seeing me with the pink frame glasses. Well, then I started slinging drinks at Colby's Cocktails over in Metairie, and for breast cancer one year, they always sold the Colby's Cocktails glasses, which were 100% pink, which are identical to the ones I'm wearing now, and I bought a bunch of those. Well, then everybody just got used to, like, oh, you know Terry with the pink glasses. So now I've just never taken the glasses off. So when I come up with TFM Entertainment, I didn't want to go all in for a logo. So I was like, fuck it. What am I known for? Beard and pink glasses. So I'm beard and pink glasses guy.
It works.
And then I know, you know, it's breast cancer, so everybody loves pink stuff. We're getting ready to come up with boating for boobies. I know how it is. Everybody forgets their, you know, their glasses in the car or loses them in the water or whatever. So I was like, let's make sure we got pink glasses. So that's kind of how that all came about with the pink glasses, and everybody keeps asking me for them still. I'm literally down to my last pair.
We have to order some more then.
We definitely need to order some more.
Yeah, I mean,
because we sold those at every event.
I mean, they're the easiest. I like them in koozies.
God, I got so many koozies.
Do you?
Too many koozies.
You don't sell them?
No, I mean, I'm just koozies in general from events. Not even my own koozies.
Look at my fucking koozie box over there.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
You want a koozie?
No, I don't.
I got koozies everywhere.
Like, and it's so funny because, like, one of the, I think Loves or somebody sells a koozie that has a black beard with, like, eyebrows and black sunglasses. And everybody's like, dude, are these yours? I'm like, no, they're not pink sunglasses. But everybody sends it to me, like, because it looks almost identical to my logo. A little bit different.
I mean, your logo is pretty spot on.
I mean, it's pretty identifiable.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys seen it. It's the beard with the pink glasses. Sometimes he puts his name of this company underneath. Sometimes he doesn't. You're going to see it on a lot of flyers. I will give you that. You've been really blowing up this last year because I remember you calling me last year about doing some insurance, and this is when you really, or 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years.
And you've been fucking grinding, dude.
Oh, dude, it's been so busy, and I love it so much.
It's fucking crazy.
I was like when you know when I left that bar in Wool Market, and you know I went back to military my Monday through Friday 7 to 4. I was not getting back into the service industry. I was not getting back into anything. And then Will Henson called me because he was opening up Flamingo, and was like, "Hey man, why don't you do my music? Because I don't want to deal with it." So I was like, "All right." Well, and then Kelly called me from Blowfly, and then Poorhouse hit me up, and Mangiamo's hits me up, and then people just call me from random stuff like weddings and stuff like that. And you know, I'm like the king of the last minute stuff down here. Somebody calls me, "Hey man, I didn't have a band show up. Can you get me somebody here in 30 minutes?" Like, man, I probably got 100, 150 artists and musicians in my phone. They're always looking for a gig, so I get people that call and cancel on me, and they're like, "Is it okay?" I'm like, "That's fine. Just won't get another one." Like,
yeah, I don't really. I mean, I try to get my hands into, booking people. That last minute, an hour before the gig, I'm not showing up bullshit.
Man, I
That's
understand.
a red flag.
Well, my thing is, I understand life happens.
Yeah.
It's happened to me. Like, usually if I miss work, it's not because of something that happened yesterday. It's something that happened this morning. I had one of my artists call me and literally broke down on the side of the road on the way to the gig.
30 minutes before?
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't just get an Uber?
No, they called me and freaking out, and I said, "All right, I'll come get you." That's what I did. I went, I picked him up and took him to the gig.
Do you ever think you're doing promotion and entertainment? Are you moving into getting, I know John talked about getting speakers.
Yeah, me and John got a PA system, really nice PA system, thanks to Chris from the Rougarous moving to Hawaii. So we got a nice PA. John wanted one for the house. I wanted one in case shit. Like I got some venues that have PA systems. Well, if something goes wrong, you tell a band not to bring their PA system because you have one.
Yeah.
And then something blows halfway through the show. I don't want to be shutting down the show.
You can always borrow my KRKs if you ever need them.
Hey, man.
I got KRK 8s. They're pretty big.
Hey, don't work, man.
You hook it up to your laptop. Yeah, they fucking work.
Oh,
These KRKs, and when I edit like commercial stuff, I'm a sucker for sound. So I've been having these or the G4s or G5s.
Yeah.
Fucking 3-4 years. Love them.
Me and John got the Bose F1 812 arrays, so it's got 2 subs, and
Yeah, and that's more fucking you could put on a show.
Oh, absolutely.
These are more. I mean, these are good if you're want to do a small little house show because they're.
Well, I'm sure Amy hates me for the one that we bought because I know John's got it in there, got it cranked at the house.
And it's always country music.
And it's always country music with John.
Always country. No, he's been playing.
He's been doing a little more rock lately.
He came on before you and he did Nobody.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's getting into some R&B.
I know he's doing some rock stuff too, but you know, he's working with Carrie Lane a lot, like on his writing and playing, and you know, I think they're doing Crawfish Fest this year.
Well, I mean, he should.
I agree.
I mean, I did talk to him, and he said that he wants to do it as a hobby.
Well, yeah, but I mean, music's one of those things you can do it as a hobby, but you know.
He played at your event, and DJ was like, well, when can John play again so I can go see him? And I'm like, John, motherfuckers are asking, when are you playing? I guess, Terry, you're just going to have to book you like every quarter.
Well, and we've talked about that, actually.
Do a show.
We're going to get him some shows at the Island View. Jen's talked about getting him in there with Ty Taylor and everybody. But yeah, I mean, dude, he had some haters out there, though, let me tell you. When we decided to put him and Carrie Lane together at Ground Zero for that like Wednesday show.
Yeah.
People were hating. Because, you know, John's not a booking musician. He had never had a show before. He got up and sang some karaoke, and he got up with some bands here and there and filled in and just did a song, but he wasn't a working musician. So all these people were coming out of the woodwork and just like, what the hell, man? Like I've been trying to get into Ground Zero forever, and this guy just shows up out of the blue and, you know, and wants to play, and he gets a gig there. And, you know, John looks at him and tells him one simple fact, get you a Terry. And that's what it was.
Yeah, that's true.
But now I will say, one of those people who said that was at the show. He showed up to hate on him, like just to kind of
I'll tell you right now,
talk a little shit. But then he looked at me and he goes, oh shit, I get it now.
John's been doing music forever.
Yeah, but he's not, in the eyes of the musician, he wasn't a working musician.
No, but he's got vocals.
And he came out, and his first gig ever was Ground Zero.
Well, fucking right. Yeah.
So, I mean, he came out of the woodwork swinging, you know?
It's who you know.
It's always who you know. And then his second gig was freaking Boot Scootin' Boobies with Ty Taylor and the Kinfolk.
Yeah,
and Carrie Lane.
Yeah, fuck. I took Graham's keys. Took Graham's keys. No, Graham.
We had so much fun that night, man.
I can't fucking wait, dude.
And Ty and them actually just called me. We're going to do a fundraiser. One of their kids has cancer. And one of his band members. And he wants to do a fundraiser in April, I think.
Let me know about it.
And Hit Boot Joe, I think, is going to come out and make a little thing. They haven't done music together in forever. But half of Hit Boot Joe is going to be at Ground Zero, and the other half is going to be across the street at the Bow. So before they go to their Bow gig, they're going to come over and do a little Hit Boot Joe reunion, if you remember Hit Boot Joe.
Sounds familiar. I have to see it.
Man, that was Ty and Graham, and it was a killer band.
Was it 2015, 2016?
Before that, actually, I think it was like 13.
I can't remember, man. I can't remember. Anyways, Terry.
Yeah, man. So,
when you come back on, let's do it. I mean, you're definitely going to be coming back on.
Man, we can come back on.
Regular. I mean, fuck it.
Next time we'll get John, we'll put him in the middle. You can go skiing.
Yeah. What, anything coming up in January?
Oh, man, I got lots in January coming up. Of course, I got my typical bands. I got the Multi-Funk from Mobile. They're going over to the Poorhouse January 6th. January 4th, I've got the Secrets of the Coast Songwriters.
Okay.
We're doing a blues edition. It's
where's that at?
It's at the Parlor.
Okay,
like
I've been there.
Right around the corner. Like right around the corner from you. Guys, if you don't know, there's like 10 tickets left, I think. It's a small, intimate venue. You got to get up close and personal with the artist. They tell you the stories and how they wrote the song, what they were thinking and feeling. And we've got Titus Gillard from Ground Zero, from the house band, and the Titus Gillard Blues Power Band. Adam Cook, who plays in like 47 and a half bands and a couple of solo things. And then, of course, six-string Andrew. So it's going to be very guitar-friendly. I guess that's what I want. It's going to be very guitar-heavy. Carrie Lane's going to host it. She'll do.
And where can you get tickets at?
TFMentertainment.com.
Okay.
So there's like 10, 15. Jim Chamberlain's going to be out there slinging some drinks, I think.
All right, hell yeah.
We always make Jim come out and do the drink stuff.
Fucking Jim Mimosas hit.
Jim Mimosas.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be dropping Terry's company link in this below. check him out. If you need him to book for your wedding,
give me a holler. I'm easy to work with.
Yeah, fucking, you throwing a party at your house, you need a fucking band, you call Terry.
I do a lot of house party stuff too.
That's fucking awesome.
All right. Also we got a date night the Friday after. I think it's the 12th, the 11th or the 12th. I can't remember. I don't have my calendar on me. At the parlor, we got desserts, live music, wine. I mean, there's gonna be chocolate. It's that sensual, grown and sexy vibe. You go to dinner, come in, have your dessert, drink some wine. We got some awesome saxophone out there with Eli Smith from Ground Zero's house band.
You need to fucking do you need to do an event there and do like a speed dating event. It'd be hilarious.
Dude, there's not enough room for a speed dating event there. It's not big enough. We talked about it though.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Speed dating kind of had its time and it went.
We got to bring it back.
God, people don't know how to talk to each other anymore. Maybe if I just put them down and they're just gonna text each other like.
But
right
all got to
there.
be in costumes. Speed dating costumes.
Well, speaking of that, that's gonna be one of my events downtown. We're gonna do a Thelma Harper, a little Mrs. Harper pub crawl.
Okay. But, then eventually we could probably do a LARP event. I do have a LARP costume, and I just...
You keep asking about LARP. Do you want to do a LARP event?
Kind of.
We can do a LARP event downtown.
I mean, we did the Pirate Festival, and then there's one up there in Stone County, but I kind of just want to do something coastal. Like, I want to do something...
Biloxi takes over Ocean Springs. Like, we get LARPers from two different cities, and they battle it out.
I would laugh my ass off if I'm walking around and somebody hits me with a foam sword.
Yeah, that's how you get shot. In the middle of Gulfport anyway.
We can't do Gulfport on that then.
You come back and the homeless people done stole your castle.
Well, we'll figure it out. All right, Terry. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
Take care.
Later.